When will I be good enough to be all I wanna be? When will I be good enough to live my life and be free? When will I dance till the morning lights up my day?
You know, what journey have you had? Are you prepared to share that with people out there to get to this place where you are a magnificent healer out there and wanting to give back so much? What are you prepared to share some of your journey?
Fairly often, you hear people either say, well, my childhood was normal, or my childhood was totally messed up, or it was totally not normal. And the one thing that I've learned, one of the many things that I've learned, but the one that comes up in a somewhat amusing way for me in my work, is that there is no normal childhood. People have such infinite variations of how love, how connection, how relationship, how family, friendship, learning, society is expressed in their childhood, that there is no normal whatsoever. I mean, at particular times, you look at, for example, television and stories to see what sort of stories about childhood and growing up, and I think there's some TV show on these days called Modern Family. I don't watch TV, but my impression of this TV show is it's sort of contemporary, and it shows a very different idea of childhood and parenting as might have been represented 20 years ago or 10 years ago and seen as normal. So somewhat innocuous as my childhood may have looked from the surface, it's the details of every life that are interesting, and little details, little moments when a parent says something, when you go to school on the first day and how the teacher treats you, who's the first person you meet in the playground and how they are to you. These little moments in our lives have such a huge impact, and they seem small, but they have such a big impact on our life and what happens. So the little, probably, if you looked at it on the outside, unremarkable events of my childhood in the first few years, in some ways are the most influential periods of my life. And so I'm the eldest of 3 boys, and my younger brother was born. I was 3 years old, and he got attention from my parents, and I was jealous because I felt that him getting attention was taking away my love, and I was mad. And this is something that it wouldn't surprise many people. Oh, some sort of sibling rivalry, something happened when a sibling was born. But the effect of emotionally that moment had in my life, the feeling of my mother was the source of all this love and nurturing in my life, and now it's taken away and it's gone to someone else, and I'm not so important, I've got to grow up and be on my own. That moment when I was 3 years old will have shaped so many other relationships and interactions I've had from my life. And now, having looked at that and seen that, it is just fascinating. I spent 6 years at university, and while I had many great experiences, a lot of that time I was deeply unhappy on the inside. I was sad, I was lonely, I had a difficult sort of relationship experience that brought my self-esteem right down, and I was searching for what is it within me that's going to bring me the joy and happiness that I want.
And were those feelings relating to that early experience with your mother and your brother being born, and that feeling that your love, her love, which was so outpouring, was not going in your direction? Is that what it was really about?
On a level of my deep subconscious, it was certainly related. I had 2 brothers, so for the early part of my life, my mother was sort of the main woman that I related to. So many of my patterns in life about relating to women were very influenced by my relationship with my mother when I was young.